expected to seek out the best. 2 words to describe the activity. The Yoruba Unity Forum is conducted.
Be the first to know. From the north, south, east, west, and around Africa.
Presidential
we break the news.
Women in Nigeria.
Now you can catch all the actions live as the news breaks. We are Core TV News.
Welcome to Core TV Primetime
News. A 24-hour news station.
The much talked about 2015 general elections is just few days away. Lovers already have enough reasons not to take out their folks out on Valentine's Day. But, you know, sharp babes are saying, come on, we can have a date at the polling unit and then you can buy everything and take it along. But beyond all of that, there are also concerns as regards the credibility of the forthcoming election. Many have made such statements like this is a make or part affair for Nigeria. Of course, we have quite pleasing and comforting stories and messages coming from stakeholders. Mr. President already talked about issue-based elections. The APC is also in full support, and we're hopeful that these political stakeholders will stay true to their words. But now, there are also questions of the role of civil society organizations, labor unions, social groups, of course, concerned and patriotic Nigerians. What exactly can we do about it? I'm joined by one of such. They are called the January 9 Collective, and they have something cooking for Nigerians. It's more or less like an intellectual gathering that will also channel the course forward as we count down to the general election. I'm joined by the Secretary General of the JNIC, Kingsley James, joining us on Core Digest. Good morning, and thank you for finding time to join us.
Good morning.
Of course, we also have Chairman of the Anniversary Committee of the JNIC, Wale Olagundoye. Did I get that?
Yes, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Let me say Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you too.
All right, let's kickstart from finding out what JNIC is really all about. Quite interesting. January 9 Collective. How did you come about that?
Okay, let me take that. Well, about 3 years ago, a group of friends came together after the sudden increase in fuel price by this administration, which of course you remember culminated into a sit-at-home process. And at that time, it was a bit of a challenge for the country. So we thought as friends that, look, we can't just stay professional, stay friends, since some of the things that some of the policies of the government impact negatively or positively on what we do. And we thought, let's come together and impact on government policies and engage government and engage all of these individuals that drive our national policies. So based on that, the group of friends came together and took that day as an anniversary, January 9, as an anniversary for the group, and the name January 9 Collective. Okay,
so more or less it's a group of professionals who are also interested in politics.
Not interested in politics.
I will not say interested in politics.
Okay.
Like you said, the emergence of the group came about as a result of that fuel increase in the January of 2012. And precisely on the 9th of January, where the whole thing culminated into civil protests that was done peacefully. You remember the Ojota ground where people met. That was where we met.
Okay.
And we were all friends from different walks of life, but professionals in our different fields. And we came together and we said, we need to begin to look at how to engage public office holders in a way that will allow for us to be able to have a say or have an influence in how we're governed. So JNIC Collective is a group of, first a social group of friends who have come together and are interested primarily in good governance, interested in promoting humanitarian good, and also looking out to ensure that they expand their coast for themselves.
You've been together for how long now?
For 3 years.
For 3 years.
Yes,
what have been the course of your activities? What have you been able to do thus far in achieving all of these lofty goals?
Well, primarily we started with the annual lecture, the one called the anniversary lecture, which of course is happening on January 9th this year again. We've done two. We're on the third anniversary lecture now. So that's our primary engagement platform that we've used in the last 3 years. But you know, like every other association, when you start, you need to sit together and align thoughts. And so that's what we spend the first year doing. Bringing up a constitution, we spend time gathering, strategizing about how do we want to engage, who do we engage, do we want to take on the whole country, or want to take segments of the country, all of that. So after the first year, of course, the lecture held that year, and we had Mr. Jimmy Agbaje, who incidentally is the gubernatorial candidate for the People Democratic Party now, as our guest speaker. So he spoke to the topic elite transformation and all of that at the time. And then the second year, we thought that the economy was significant, and there was no election issues. The economy was there, unemployment was everywhere, and we looked at Nigeria beyond the petrodollar. And that lecture also held January 9, 2013. And we had then two speakers, Dr. Ayoteriba, who is a renowned economist, and then the Lagos State Internal Revenue Boss, Mr. Babatunde Fowler. They spoke to the topic, and we had a panel of individuals, of Nigerians, who also spoke to the topic at the time. And then throughout the remaining of that year, we started gathering that data that we will need to further our strategy, because we know that gathering data is not an easy thing, especially if you are covering Nigeria in its entirety. So we spent time the whole year knowing who is going into what are they promising, what will they deliver, from federal to local government. And we think we've done a bit of that. And so this year, we will have the lecture, and then we will create a platform that will engage public office holders.
You know, they say politics is very dicey. Yesterday we touched on one clergy in Southeast who outrightly spoke against the Jonathan-led administration. On the other side, many are of the opinion that it's either you are with PDP or you are with APC. Would you call this a non-partisan social club, so to speak?
Yes, we're very, very non-partisan. Like I said, we're a social club, social group. And our major thrust is about good governance, irrespective of which party is in power. It's about social good, and it's about public office holders delivering on their promises. That's what we're about. And we want, working with Nigerians, to hold our public holders responsible for the promises they make and ensure that good governance prevails. Because at the end of the day, it's about Nigeria. Because we believe that individuals make leadership, they're the ones that deliver good leadership, and we want to hold those individuals accountable for that. For us, it's not about leaning to one party or leaning to another party. Yeah, it's about delivering on the promise that you made before you came into office. That's what it's about.
What have been the challenges thus far? Because when we talk about engaging politicians in this kind of a climb, for instance, you talk about a presidential debate, you even notice that many of them do not even show up. How have you been able to manage all of these challenges thus far?
Yeah, we've done that primarily we've used our annual anniversary lecture to bring them together. This year we are hopeful that the gubernatorial candidate for APC and PDP are going to be part of our panelists. And that will be the first time
that they are meeting publicly. Since they both emerged as their
party flag bearers.
So you will begin to see this emerge as we go on.
Okay.
Eventually, it will metamorphose into a national platform where we'll even have the presidential candidates coming to also give their own bit to the country.
Yeah.
But the whole idea of participation in this type of debate, it's still primarily new, essentially new to Nigerians. It will begin to catch on, because that's the beauty of democracy, if you ask me. Things are beginning to take shape. The progress is slow, but it is evident. It's happening. Very, very soon, you're seeing the political parties now saying that it's now they want to make it issue-based. Before, this will not even be in anybody's consciousness. I mean, everybody's going to talk about vote for us, we are the ones that are best, the other guys don't know what they're doing, we know what we're doing, without any real substance coming out of this kind of campaigns. But we're beginning to see movement towards that. And you will see it as we keep pushing this frontier. Other things will keep coming on, and people will be able to see that, yes, there's a need for you to come out or on the platform of a credible platform to tell Nigerians what you have in stock, how you're going to deliver value, and how you're going to be held accountable for those promises that you're making. It will catch up.
That's why I'm very interested in it. Let me quickly come to you, Kingsley, because beyond giving them the platform to tell Nigerians and tell the people what they are up to, how they intend to go about the governance, how do you intend to make them accountable for those things they say?
The first thing is to, I think the recall process for Nigerians is very, with due respect, very limited. Most of us, let me take a remote area like a local government, Ojodu local government, for instance. Even if you are interested enough to know who the chairman is, you may not remember, as you sit this morning, about what his electoral promises were 4 years ago or 2 years ago. And now that we have LCDAs being appointed 2 days ago, we may not necessarily know what they have told us that they wanted to do. So we can't hold them responsible to anything. So the first challenge is gathering data. Okay, let us know exactly what they have said they will do and what they can do. And so if we put that on the table, we'll now challenge the recall process in Nigerian subconscious. They can then say, oh, in Ojodu local government, this guy didn't say he's going to give us power, so let's not begin to bother him. He said he's going to do this road from here to here, and this is evidence that he did say so. And so the people in that street can stand up to say, oh, gentlemen, you haven't done this in so year. So beyond just coming to campaign, and that's what we talk about rhetorics, you don't come to campaign and say all those fanciful things that are becoming so like a cliche now. We want to have data that we can engage people with. That again is the first major challenge, which we spend our second year putting together. We're not done yet, but we're almost there. Now, another thing is really begin to share that data. Let people be aware. Like we said, we are a social group. We're a group of professionals. So if, for instance, I am in Ojodu local government, and I keep using that because we're around here, and they say, oh, this challenge is here. Once you know that you have an access, you have a website that you can go to check. Are these promises really from this guy? Did he say he was going to do them? Or what were exactly his words? And then you can then know where to go to, who to go to, why, and all of these questions are answered just by clicking to a website and you get all those answers. You don't even need to come to us. Okay, we've given the platform, and because we have a program that we hope to also bring in the first quarter of this year, we want to give a platform to engage these people. So when we get feedbacks about a certain area, be it a legislature or an executive member that the public wants to engage, you bring them on, and they can call in, have questions, and it then works. So that will first and foremost put everybody on their toes. Okay. And once you know that people are aware, it will be very difficult for you to just renege on your promises.
How do you intend to manage or perhaps redefine this issue-based campaign of a thing? Earlier in my opening remarks, you saw Mr. President talking about issue-based campaign. In the same meeting, the DG of that campaign team came up with a certification of the other person, the eligibility. Do you have any plans along this line?
To be honest, at this junction, it's difficult to manage what those people will be saying or will be doing. The influence on it is very minimal. But we are very confident and hopeful that as we move into the future, we'll begin to shape what people expect. And that's what we're trying to gather a bit of a momentum with what people, so that they can begin to understand, look, this is what people are looking to hear. Okay. This is what people are looking for. And that's why we're trying to gather this. So we give people a platform to be able to air what their aspirations are, what their needs are, what they want to, what it is that they want to get from their representatives. If you don't give them that credible platform, which basically doesn't exist now, then it will be very difficult for this particular office holders to understand that people do not want to hear about you just throwing pebbles at the other guy. They want to hear about what you have to deliver to them and how you want to go about delivering that. So that is exactly what we're talking about. Give people an opportunity to air their voices. We just want to create that platform and then be able to go to these people and say, because the whole 117 million Nigerians can't come to them. So we'll create a platform where they can bring their issues up and then we'll take these issues and say, Mr. Public Office Holder, this is what the people are saying. I think you need to address this. Okay. So beyond even just there, we will force them to actually tackle these things in a way that people can get to understand them properly. So that's what we intend to do moving forward. And by that, hopefully start to influence how people begin to respond to national issues.
That's right.
And not just throwing pebbles, that become more issue-based and more strategy-led than just hot air and just hot talk.
So let me quickly open the phone lines if we can, in case there are viewers who have questions for you. When you call in, turn down the volume of your TV set so we can have a crystal clear communication and do without the feedback distortion. Don't forget that there's a little delay between what we say here and what you hear on your StarTimes device. So turn down completely your TV set. If you can't reach us via telephone, you can also tweet at us. There's this popular opinion that the typical Nigerian politician doesn't fulfill his or her promises. Do you see this new process changing that particular idea?
Okay, I wouldn't want to align completely with that opinion. Of course, there are pockets of public officers, I'd rather call them public officers, who have fulfilled, I mean, to a large extent, what they've promised. And so we cannot run with that popular opinion and generalize. I don't agree. And this cut across party lines, all right? We've seen people who have, we've seen public office holders who have performed across party lines. Now, again, we need to remember that public office holders, the representative as governors or as presidents, are just one person. The permanent secretaries and all of them, and the directors are the real people doing the work. And so, how much of those people do we also hold responsible to the promises or the oath of their office and all of that? Yeah. So, to go to your question and changing that, I feel that what we're doing is one end of the stick. And a lot of other social groups, activists, and all of that are doing the other end of the stick.
Okay.
And if this comes together, they will galvanize to a result that all of us can see. Just to short future.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Call Digest.
Yeah, let's call TV.
Yeah, you're on to Call TV. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Mr. Idu. I'm calling from Benue, Makodi, precisely.
Okay, from Benue. What's your name again, exactly?
Mr. Ibu. Ibu is spelled IBU.
Okay, Mr. Ibu from Benue State.
Yeah.
All right, please go ahead quickly with your contribution.
All right.
Go ahead, I'm with you. Turn down the volume of your TV set.
Yeah, good morning, Koti.
Yeah, good morning. Go ahead, please.
I want to appreciate what you're doing. And I'm who are in the studio trying to provide from where people can really air their views. We have seen that in advanced democracy, people have this kind of platforms where they make promises and where the people are able to use such platforms to ask them for account for the promises they made during their campaign. We believe that now that the president is beginning to talk about campaigning of issues and not campaigns of presidency that they participate and all that, we believe that such platforms should be very meaningful to Nigerians and will begin to open the horizon for participation in politics. Our problem actually has been over the years where you have situations where people just go to villages and suburbs or towns and make promises they can't fulfill. They put air conditioners and oil conditions. They build skyscrapers for the voters, and at the end of the day, they just share what they have and look. I want to congratulate these young men, and I say most of us will be joining such platforms as soon as they are on, to be able to see how we can contribute our quota to the politics and the politicking of this country. So thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ibu, calling in from Benue State. At least I can remember that I've seen quite a number of signboards. The APC is saying we will create 3 million jobs in the first year. So if they win, we definitely should remember that.
Yes.
But let's turn our attention to the forthcoming program, 2015 General Poll, Beyond the Rhetorics of Credible Elections. What shape will this take?
It's our 10th anniversary lecture. It's something that we've now become to, the people have come to know us for. This year, we're looking at the major burning topic in Nigeria, which is the elections. And we're saying it's just not just the elections. We want something much more. What is supposed to usher in something new for Nigerians, something that will give Nigerians hope of a better tomorrow, and all that. And that's why we titled it 2015 General Poll, Beyond the Rhetorics of Credible Elections. And the keynote speaker is someone that has the capacity to really dissect such a topic, Professor Anthony Killer, who is a professor of political anthropology from Cambridge, and he will do justice to that topic. So we're enjoining members of the public to come. Also, we'll have panelists. For the first time since both of them emerged as the flag bearers of their respective parties, the gubernatorial flag bearer for the APC, Lagos State, and the gubernatorial flag bearer for PDP, Lagos State, Mr. Jimmy Agbaje, will be meeting. We invited both of them to be special guest and panelists in our panel discussion. Also, we'll have Bashir Dele Mamadou, the founder of Vision magazine, also as part of our panelists. We also have been reached out to the police as well, so we have them there. We can't talk about election without INEC, so INEC also will be sending representatives to the panel. We expect to have a robust discussion about the 2015 general polls and what is to be expected. Beyond that, they will do justice and talk to the topic as well. And we're looking to have Kadira Ahmed coordinate that panel discussion session and do justice to that as well. So from this, it's clear that we're going to have a very robust discussion and lecture.
Let me just hold you for a minute to take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Welcome to Call Digest.
Yes, I'm so much interested. I'm Alaji Daji, Shehu Abin Daji, the coordinator for national support for Jonathan Sabo President, Lagos State.
Alaji Shehu, you're calling from Lagos, I suppose?
Lagos Island.
Okay, go ahead with your contribution, please.
Thank you very much. I'm really very grateful for this great opportunity. I'd like to let Nigerians know that we have gotten to a point Nigeria has to take a decision. Either for us to continue to move Nigeria forward, to drag us back to the old days, when the calibers of Buhari and the then military generals were in control of the government of Nigeria, when they were not handed over to a democratically elected government of Nigeria, they do not even count anything in Nigeria nation. They trust Nigeria for the military. Today, they are forcing somebody that is fair to tell us this is where Nigeria should be. And for them to now rise up against you, and they continue to collaborate and continue to match themselves together in order to draw Nigeria backward. May it never happen again in Nigeria nation. Are you telling us we have to compare the competent, the credible, and educated Nigeria to just the general who do not even believe in education of this country? These are issues for Nigerians to decide. Have you forgotten the day when people were asked, when they continue to violate the laws of Nigerian nation? Have you forgotten that these are people that do not believe in democracy? They believe they have to take up at all costs. And this is where we have to do. I tell you, if Nigeria to continue to react to post on their side, so that we continue to be president of Nigeria. Based on facts and issues that are on the ground, this is where we stop for a while. Let Nigeria continue to put the matter to the good progress and continuation of Nigeria nation. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for your contribution, Alaji Shehu. You see what I'm talking about? The lecture has not started, but I've already started using the platform to campaign. Quite exhaustive and academic. I don't know if your program will not end up being a political campaign venue for all of these people you are bringing.
Yeah, well, the topic lends itself to a lot of discourse. I mean, it is a burning issue in Nigeria today, and there's no way we can not talk about elections because it's what is key for us. So and if you're passionate about your country, you must be interested in the elections and who governs you and the dividends of good governance, definitely, and that's why that's what drove us to this topic for our lecture for this year. Like I said, it will be we're looking for the general public to come.
Okay.
It's on the 9th of January, Friday 9th of January. The lecture starts at 10 a.m. It's at Muson Center, Onika. We're calling on Ajay Presita Hall. We're calling on everybody that's interested in the governance of Nigeria, and to see all these intellectuals that we've gathered talk about the 2015 polls. We're inviting you to come and be part of this epoch-making lecture.
Okay, so quickly help me. You are inviting everyone. Are you saying there are no barriers, there are no age barriers? Anybody can be a part of it? Is it free to participate? Those that are coming, are they going to have the opportunity to also contribute or ask questions, so to speak?
Yeah, the format. First, let me answer the first question. Yes, we're inviting everyone. We have a capacity of about 350 or thereabouts. So we are not inviting the whole Nigeria. We can't put them in our Ajay Presita. But of course, it's a Friday. It's a working day. We also know that some people will be at work, even if they want to be there. So we're inviting as much people as that can make it. But more importantly, we are going to give an opportunity, like we have always done in our last two lectures, for people to ask questions, engage, and possibly control in such a manner that it's not a campaign. We don't want it to be a campaign because the topic itself shows that we don't want it to be a campaign. We are saying that beyond the election itself, we don't want you to be exhausted campaigning and going through the process of electioneering. You have governance to do after that. So we thought we should engage based on that. And I mean, Alhaji Jaji Shehu that just called it now. Already we will have determined what his mindset is if it's there. Okay, that's not the mindset we want to bring to the table. We want people to come and talk about what exactly do we expect after this process. Of course, the process is important, but after the process, whoever emerges at the end of it, because we are not participants, we don't bother about whoever emerges. Whoever emerges, how do we engage and ensure that you deliver to Nigerians what exactly you promised?
Let me just take this one more call before we wrap up the segment. Hello, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm terrific. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mr. Steve. I'm coming from Suleja Aziz.
Okay, Mr. Steve, go ahead with the contribution.
Yeah. Honestly, I want to call, we need a change in this country now because of the situation on the ground. Most of us, we have experienced a lot of governments from 60 to now. This country is the problem. And I don't know, the Nigerian government will check the military too because of the forthcoming election at the same time, the insurgent at the type of soldiers we have now, we don't know how they are part. Some of us were part of the Civil War. We fought the Civil War, and there was a morale of officers. And the generals are not talking because most of them participated very well. It gave us a morale that we fought. Some of us were commissioned in the battlefield because we were very hard-working young men, and they gave us morale to fight. And these ones, I don't know whether they're looking for money. I don't know how they fight. And it's written where a place is captured by insurgents and the Nigerian cannot fight back. I don't know. We didn't find that in Civil War. We have General Shenem, who was one infantry divisions, and General Oduleye, all of them. They gave us all this morale. We fought. After 3 years, we got that your war ended. You know?
I'm with you.
After 3 years, we got that war ended. No one were happy. And we have one three type of soldiers. One is the NMF, NEA. But the type of soldiers we have now, I don't know. We, NMF, NEA, we are retired. We are not more serving. But our type of fighting was different from the present one. Because of the financial aspect people are facing now, they are not fighting for the interest of the country. Somebody are looking for employment to get a job. You can't get a job in the army. You are going to fight to defend the integrity of your country. You cannot come to the army and say you are going to get a job and go and feed your family. This army is a place, a country of defending the country free and fair.
people will leave her.
I'm afraid we lost that. But thank you very much. Oh, are you still there? Thank you for your contribution. Well, there's a question for you on Twitter. Good morning. Kudos to the guests for this initiative. Please, I would want to know if they already have a website for more info.
Yes, we do have a website. It is www.day9collective.org.
Okay.
That's the website address. Please feel free to go there and get more information about General 9 Collective. And there's also information about the lecture, the forthcoming lecture on the website as well. And if you want additional information, the contact us button is there. You can click on that and you can get to contact any of us directly from that website.
Okay.
We're always really happy to share information and to engage with the general public.
Just a quick reminder, the program is on January 9?
January 9.
Museum Center, 10 a.m.
Ajib Recital Hall.
Ajib Recital Hall.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
And our special guest of honor actually is His Excellency Mr. Donald Duke.
The former governor of Cross River State.
Father of the day, I shouldn't forget, is graciously Oba.
The Alaafin Foyo.
Alaafin Foyo is
Oba Lamidi Adeyemi, the third.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning on Core Digest. It's been delegates from the January 9 Collective. Of course, I've been speaking with Kingsley James, who's the Secretary General of the JNIC, as well as Wale Olagundoye, Chairman Anniversary Committee. Wish you guys all the best.
Thank you.
And don't forget that you too can be a part of the show in case you've got something on your mind. Well, there is no other better platform to make it happen than Core Digest. Of course, you can get the numbers to contact us or reach us on our Twitter and on your screen. We'll take a short break now and we'll be back with more on Core Digest if you stay with us.
Glad to have you join us on another edition of The Political Arena, the most detailed and incisive political show.
You will see all sorts of politicians, even those who cannot manage their homes. We tell you to let them manage your lives. Look well, shine your eyes.
So stomach infrastructure is a way of life. Even if I cannot do anything, and I continue to help your stomach so that your life will keep on going. So my style is without apology. Stomach infrastructure is a way of life for me.
I should ask you, what is going right in this country? Is it education? Is it security? Infrastructure? Is it healthcare? What is going right? Absolutely nothing.
We mean to win Lagos. PDP is going to win Lagos in 2015. And that means that everybody must be on board.
INEC has colluded with the presidency, the opposing party to rig this election from the data to the end.
The successful conduct of free, fair and peaceful elections in Ekiti is a good omen for the subsequent elections to come, and the 2015 general elections must be the best.
The good, bad, ugly and beautiful sides of the Nigerian political system. Join me every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. on Core TV News.